Be evaluating Susie this morning. Her speech will be on effective leadership. June 15th marks her 17th year as a Mary Kay representative. Of those, 16 have been in a leadership role, mentoring 75 to 100 women. Today she'll be giving us some tips on what she's found to be effective leadership. Please help me welcome our President, Susie.
Smart man, he didn't attempt my last name. Good morning, OC Toasters.
Good morning.
I'm going to start off with a question. Any of you can answer that would like to answer, and I'm just going to write down some of your answers. So my question is to you, what would you say some traits are of an effective leader? Anyone? Some personality traits. Ron?
Work well under pressure.
Work well under pressure. Okay, great. Bill?
Organized.
Organized. Okay, great. Thank you.
Ability to hire the right people.
Okay, great.
A team leader ability to maximize their assets.
Maximize team assets. Okay, great. Debbie?
Good impromptu speaker.
Good impromptu speaker. Okay, great. Thank you. Anyone else? Quinn?
Join Toastmasters.
Ability to
A
delegate.
Toastmaster. Ability to?
Delegate?
Ability to
Yes.
delegate. Okay, anybody else? Pilar. Come on. Do you have one that you'd like to throw out?
Well, to improve the leadership,
A trait of an effective leader?
yes.
I'm sorry, what were we?
I said to improve basically my leadership.
Okay, I guess, I'm not understanding, I apologize. I was asking for what you think is a trait.
I apologize, I was writing this.
I didn't know I caught you
I'm
at
so
that.
sorry.
That's okay.
Could you repeat the question?
That's okay,
No,
never,
no,
it's all right. I just thought you'd have a great one, and I didn't mean to catch you off guard. In your opinion, what would be a good trait of an effective leader? What one thing, one personality trait of a good leader?
To show their followers with his or her example. To be
Okay.
a good example.
To be a good
for
example
others, yes.
to the team. Great, thank you. Well, you all had great answers. Thank you for sharing your answers. And I'm going to share with you some of the traits that I believe to be important in effective leadership. I want to first start with a positive attitude. How many of you agree that in order to be an effective leader, you first must have to have a positive attitude? Would you agree with that?
Yes.
I believe that your attitude is the most priceless possession that you can have. On the surface, attitude is the way that you communicate your mood to others. When you're optimistic and anticipate successful encounters, you transmit a positive attitude and people usually respond favorably. Would you agree? When you're pessimistic and you expect the worst, your attitude is often negative and people tend to avoid you. Would you agree with that? I'm sure that you can all think of some positive people in your life, and typically they probably have a following. And then you can probably think of some negative people in your life, and typically people tend to stay away from them. Because when you go to talk to them, everything that comes out of their mouth is negative, and they just kind of bring the whole room down. I do want to say that unless we're on constant guard, negative factors can step into our perspective, no matter how positive we are. And this will cause you to spend mind time on difficulties rather than opportunities. There is always people or situations that can step on your attitude and challenge your ability to bounce back. But a good leader will regain his positive perspective and positive attitude quickly and be able to bounce back instead of wallowing in the negativity. The next thing I believe that's important for an effective leader is to have a clear vision. How many leaders in the room know how important it is to have a clear vision? Without a vision for your organization, people will perish. I'm sure that you've heard that, it's in the Bible. There's a saying that says, if you don't know where you're going, then you won't get there, right? If you get in your car and you just start cruising, if you don't know where you're going, how are you gonna get there? It's like planning a vacation. If you don't know where you're going, you're not gonna go anywhere. Well, without a vision for your organization, if you just wake up every morning and kind of do things, busy things, and you think you're gonna get somewhere, you're probably not gonna you're only gonna be in movement, but you're not gonna be directed toward any vision. John Maxwell took this a little bit further, and he said, the leader finds the dream, and then the people. And the people find the leader, and then the dream. What he's saying is people don't first follow a worthy vision. So if you're like a leader and you just got this vision, and you put it out there, people will buy into the leader first, and then the leader's vision. So make sure that you have a following, and then you have a great vision for that following. But if you just have the vision and people aren't following you, then what good is your vision? The last trait that I'll talk about is finding a win. Victorious leaders share an inability to accept defeat. The alternative to winning seems totally unacceptable to them. The alternative to winning, so that would mean failure, is unacceptable to a great leader. So they figure out what they must do to achieve victory, and they go after it with everything they've got. When the pressure is on, great leaders are at their best. In the beginning, when I asked questions about good traits of a leader, someone said something similar to that. When the pressure is on, great leaders are at their best. Great leaders have strong character, and they're dedicated to creating a win.
Laura.
The light went out. It was green, and now it's gone. Thank you. Mary Kay taught us, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'd like to wrap up my talk today by encouraging our new incoming board to be committed to your incoming positions. Successful people are committed. Commitment is a motivation that moves them forward. It's making the decision before you have the solution. And all of you that have stepped up to be on the new board made that decision before you have the solution. You've never served in that position before. You don't exactly know how it's all going to play out, but you've made the commitment, and now you'll figure out the solution. As our new incoming board, I want you to know that if you need help in any of these functions, just ask, because a good leader delegates. I want you to have fun, be creative, and have a great vision for our club to take it to the next level. Thank you very much.
Very cool speech. Most informative. Please take a minute to speak.
I have a question. Can the guests evaluate?
No.
They can evaluate,
sure.
They just can't.
Yeah, they should have an evaluation to do.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Here. You grab it. Do you have it?
I got it.
Thank you, John. So is Sunday Father's Day?
Is it?
2 weeks. Sunday?
A few days down the road.
2 weeks.
Why?
Well, anyway, since that's still the case, a happy Father's Day, because I will not be here the next 2 Mondays. I'm actually going to be on sabbatical. But I'm going to go to Hawaii and do a triathlon.
Oh, you are?
Team in training. Thank Phil for donating to it. I'm going to do a triathlon next Sunday.
Good luck.
Everybody have a great time. you know.
So if you don't come back, you know what happens?
Just identify the body. So what I'd like to have a timer report for all the speakers.
Our speakers qualified.
Okay. So all the speakers qualified. And then I guess I would like to introduce, I'm going to turn the meeting back over to our team evaluator, and we're going to continue with our meeting.